There we go. Let's get this whole thing recorded just in case. And again, this guy here, that's like kind of just a just in case. So I mean, you can pocket that if you want to. That way you have two hands on that, and you can maneuver it, get a wider picture if you need to. Still only got the word chicken.
What? What's it? We just dropped to 83 right here.
Where you are?
Yeah.
I'm saying this spot right here is the active zone.
Where the grid is dropped to about 83.
Really?
Yeah.
This zone's really been active for me right here.
The trick with the grid pen is to hold it as still as possible. I just seen something glitter too.
Yeah, I'm seeing things hitting it. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of.
You just gotta remember, there's gravel that will reflect it back to make it look like it's sparkling. So we're almost looking in here.
In this-ish area.
Yeah. So it's really like you almost have to get a back angle. But if you've
There's
got
a little like up here.
About a 25 degree drop.
It's a lower reading though.
starting to, I almost had an 81 back a little bit. Seems to be, I mean, there is a sewer line here, so I would almost expect it to be a little cooler.
Okay.
Again, I'm not going to make stuff up for you guys. If I can debunk it, I will. We're basically standing on a sewer line. Okay. So it's open air under there, which means it's going to be cooler. It's got metal pipe around it. Not to mention it's underground, but I mean, you're going all the way up. And we still have that big giant cool spot.
There's an 80.
Wow. Right about where I'm standing?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, this is a super dark zone.
Yes, right in there.
Right there. We'll walk up. Yo, red.
You bring your EMF over?
Yeah, I'm walking. It was like further here where I got like, maybe where Kayla's standing, I got like 2 red dots. Okay. Back to back.
I'm wondering if, I mean, the whole thing is shaded.
Yeah.
Right.
It can't be that much of a difference, you know what I mean? From one
Right.
to the next. We do have an air conditioner here. Doesn't it spit out warm air?
Yeah, that's showing 102.
Okay.
It's fluctuate between 79 and 80 right by the window.
You think maybe we're getting a drop from up there?
It's going to be close to it. Yeah, that's where we see
That's weird. Can you maybe slow down the sweep for him on that?
79.1, 79.2.
a lot of orange now.
This guy's staying steady at 83.5.
Yeah.
See that? Can you point it like at this section right here, kind of? You get a lot of flash between these sections right here.
It's steady though.
Yeah, it's like going between and it stays there. And every time I acknowledge it, it starts to go away.
Low 80.
Again, we are talking about an air-conditioned building. That's
True.
I still haven't gotten anything out of my spirit box. I'm going to slow that down a little bit. Okay. Trying a different tactic than...
So I'm getting multiple red for a second and orange.
It's not staying there. It's just fine.
See, look at that.
Who's Amanda?
Who's Amanda?
You guys don't
Don't
know
know
Amanda?
Amanda.
We know an Amanda.
Oh, we got something over here.
Yo, that's a stick. That's a stick for life.
Okay.
Oh, Princess Day.
Okay, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Oh, well, yeah, it's going up. She has a friend that we don't really associate anymore with. That is Amanda. Mandy Jean.
How
And
long
she's,
ago was that?
Is she from
2 to 3 years.
2 or 3 years?
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
She's from Jacksonville, North Carolina.
You see this stuff?
Beach, but
Watch. Every time I acknowledge it, it starts to stop.
Wow, that was a pretty steady orange there for a second.
I'm saying it's starting to go off like this right here.
I don't even have a spooky story for this location. That's the weird thing. That's just super interesting.
That's what makes it more interesting, I think. Is that fact that we can't back much though. We can't say what it was causing, what it was causing. Right here is red.
yeah, there's red
It's
right
popping
here.
a lot of red on this one. Like multiple flashes.
Kylie? Hello?
Kylie. It's funny, as soon as I start getting like an easy activity too though.
Apart. The word I just got.
Where'd you get?
Apart.
Apart. So I'm actually going to turn on the reverse spirit box just for a few minutes to see what we can capture with that.
Green,
There's
now
not-
green.
Yeah.
Go higher.
Yeah, and it shot immediately from
Right there.
79
Yeah.
to 100.2.
Right here. There's one section right here that's beginning.
Do you need help?
Yeah, it's like right in front of me, whatever it is. We're getting a lot of ones.
Do you need help? Help you? You trying to help us? Yeah, yeah.
Which is, I think,
Dog. What's super cool is you'll be able to hear all this on the audio. You'll be able to backtrack it.
That's so cool. The sign.
I get a lot of activity up there too.
Reading off that one side right
Help us out. Give us a word, give us your name.
Green something.
Green. She's got a,
I just got the word green.
Green.
well, these green
We'll have
dots.
to backtrack it.
Maybe they don't like it.
About 2 seconds.
Maybe she doesn't like it.
Oh, as soon as I said that, as soon as I said she doesn't want to count, I got like the old red.
That's the technique you really want. You want it to go out.
Yeah, look. You saw that, right?
Yes, Reed.
That's a steady orange and a red almost. Hey, Nicholas, can you check this out?
Reed, listen for a minute. He's talking. Listen.
Look at this. It's been orange and red all the time.
So we did an EVP session here one tour, I don't know how many months ago, but we asked, there was a car park right here, and we asked, where are you? You know, it was a kid that was actually asking the question, and they said, in the car.
Oh, cool.
On here. Like, on the words. It was crazy. Like, so I'm not getting much out of this. It actually sounds a lot of foreign language to me. A lot of them
I'm getting a
like
long
French.
streak after that one.
You getting anything else on the other spirit box? No, nothing.
Yeah, the sign is like signing it off right here.
Any other crazy crazy temperatures.
I'm holding about 102.
All right. Well, we're gonna-
Anniversary.
anniversary. That's a long one.
That's right.
That's a lot of syllables for that sweet rate.
Yeah, I'm like getting nothing until I find it funny.
Alright, let's move on to the next location. See what we get. It doesn't feel like there's anything really coming through. It's weird to see all of this so empty. I haven't been down here. Alright, I know, I'm bringing you to another parking lot. But this one actually has some significant
Oh,
traffic.
there we are.
Oh, that's where you park?
Yeah.
Nice. You park behind the
That's
Pinky
too
Mansion site. Watch the car coming in.
Read back up, please.
So, talking about Eliza and Thomas Pinckney, founding fathers of the Constitution, signed.
Excuse me?
Yes,
Can you park in here?
you can, but you have to pay for it.
Where do you pay at?
There's an app. See the 1326 up there?
Yeah.
You use that app, but if you go to any meter, it's free. There's meters across the street. Yeah, actually, I think there is. Meters are free after 6. You're welcome. So, Thomas Pinckney and his son Thomas Coachwood Pinckney were founding fathers. However, I like to tell Eliza's story because we get all kinds of rhythm. Eliza was the founder of our indigo plants here in Charleston. Indigo is what saved us after the rice plantations went to crap.
Okay.
So basically, she married into the Pinckney family so that she could stay here in the States. Her father wanted her back home in England because he was sick, and she married Thomas so she could stay. They lived here and had another plantation up in Mount Pleasant. But she stayed down here. Her garden would have been right in line here with the dumpster, and then the slave quarters would have been back here right where we're standing in line. So when we're down here, I get words like jasmine, I get words like flowers. When I'm on the northern end of the lot, I will get things like body, berry, underneath, those kind of things. Like, it seems like there's some secrets that need to be told here, but none of that gory type of stuff actually comes up. Now, the wall does have wiring in it, which you would think would actually affect your EMF. It's all dead. You can put the EMF up to it, and there's nothing there. This is not the original wall from the Pinckney Mansion. This is actually from a place called Molly Darcy's. It was a restaurant where there was an apparition seen of a woman in a blue dress. You would think indigo, being blue, it would have been our friend Eliza, but it wasn't. Allegedly, the time period of the dress, because it was a very distinctive type of dress, would have been older. So they were thinking it was Eliza's aunt.
Oh, wow.
So there's a report of that somewhere that I found and dug up. However, this is a great place. Eliza loves to come through. Her name has actually come through in the reverse spirit box. The EMF goes crazy. I can't find anything over here that makes the EMF go off. However, if you notice the blinking light on the
yeah.
back side of the 5th Street Church,
Yeah.
okay, it will go in sync with your EMF detector. Sometimes it's blinking, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not even on at all. Now, if you stand in the center of the lot and you hold it upright like this, you can actually see it pulsing in the same light as
Oh, wow.
your EMF detector.
Wow.
So when you're out and about looking for more EMF through this little area, look, go ahead, and if you want to videotape it just so you can show off that pulse, by all means. I've done it frame by frame, and it's almost exact.
Wow.
So really cool stuff here. This is a good place for the grit pen. Just watch the street.
And don't go to the front corner where those people are.
Yeah. I think like 5th Street Church knows about me already, but still, don't flash the workers. And a lot of the times, because I know my partner, he has talked to people in the front part of the restaurant bar, and the girls don't like throwing the trash back here when it gets dark because they get like a weird feeling. And this was a snack.
Well, I don't want to.
But they get more of an eerie paranormal.
I
guess that
than
doesn't
some of
bother
us.
us.
Yeah, we're used to that. There's all kinds of stuff that goes on inside this thing. I'm curious to like the temperatures,
It's really hot in here.
Eliza.
Eliza already?
Eliza, yeah.
Nice. So Eliza, if you're here, we got all kinds of gadgets for you to talk to real quick. Because this is such a gravelly area. Be careful. If you're moving it too fast, it'll look like we got something else. Got the word oven, which is interesting.
I got the word light.
Light?
You're talking about the light.
Because we're talking about the light. Okay, Eliza, we hear you. Let's get you going on the reverse bit. So, this would have been the family room, the breeding room, the kitchen would have been in the back. And then the dining room. Right. That going. This guy going. So let's see what we come up with. Guys, feel free to spread out if you want to. I mean, this is an open lot. Just watch the cars trying to pull in.
Look at this all this area right here.
Here. Yeah, okay. See you in a few months.
Check out all the people near there. I'm getting a lot of all the people in there.
They might put you to sleep. Like that constant.
It changes.
Eliza, we got a whole group here that'd like to meet you. Tell us something.
I heard people.
What was your favorite flower?
I know what that is. I thought I heard vanilla.
I heard oven again.
What is your favorite flower?
I heard flower. Sound.
I heard get me out. But
I've gotten the word jasmine here twice on different occasions.
Jasmine?
Eliza, can you say jasmine? Use the device in my hand. I thought I heard vanilla
It sounded
before.
like indigo that time though.
Mom, you're
Jazz?
Jasmine. Yes.
Okay, I can hear it.
I love jasmine as well.
About 2 seconds. Yeah. It follows you.
I heard Jasmine. Just following
Jazz again.
Following you.
Can you tell us what color jasmine is?
Stand still, Mom.
She's on me, isn't she?
It just went from 105 down to 89, 88.
That's a weird cold spot you got going on there.
Yeah, it was 105, and now it's going down to 87. Keep talking.
It's right by mom. Like that's where my thing's going off too. Is mom.
Keep talking. It's right
What's your
behind
favorite color? Or what was the color of the jasmine?
heard Ishmael, and that would have probably been a name from that time period. I just don't know the relation. The reason why I'm asking what color, because Jasmine's purple, yes?
It's like a purple bluish.
And then, yeah.
Because
Which
purple.
could be also indigo. I mean, it's nice.
Right. I'm thinking purple because that's a very distinctive word. As a linguist, I think of which words have very distinct syllables.
Yeah, because the P's are harder to make.
It was 105.
It's like a circle.
Will it
This is
differ if I
Zanzibar.
hear a male or female voice? Does it matter?
No.
So it now went back to
Because
103.
they're going to manipulate. You got to think of it as Bumblebee as Transformers.
That's what I was thinking too.
It's the easiest way to explain it.
And
See that right there? At 104.
So just a bit.
Once it hits, it goes down to
So you,
80.
you're like losing activity.
wow,
Like, it depends on where I'm going.
Getting smaller.
Like if I point at mom,
She was right on me.
Yeah, now it's
There was a
like right there.
There was a stripe.
Come on, Eliza, give us something else.
yeah. Whenever you say that name though, it
Yeah.
stays for a whole split screen.
It's a mom.
Talk to me, girl. It's all right.
Eliza,
I got Eliza again.
Eliza, talk to us. It's all right.
Doesn't it sound like it sounds like Elisa, like Alyssa
I'm here
almost.
before I got Eliza, and that was a couple months ago.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
like super stoked. Like it was very distinct.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Actually, I think I put that up on one of my blog
Whoa, whoa,
posts.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Just that
whoa, whoa.
piece.
Should be real hot. Normally.
I am hot.
You are a
Yeah.
hot.
Normal human.
See a
Haven't
cold spot
done
in your
summer
mouth?
yet.
I'm just
There's a cold.
listening to every radio station at once.
Yeah, I did too.
It was 106 and it was shot to immediately 79 and went back to 106. Like a blue wave came through. at
Did it
79.
really?
Yeah.
And it's recording?
This recording is about 22, 40, 42.
Nice. You guys have no idea how exciting this is for me when I go home. Yes! More
day's
stuff to
work.
look.
Roll down.
Remember, that was almost a 30-degree drop. This area is now down to 81, right here.
Oh, it's
What was it before?
104, 105. Now we're down to 80.
No chills that can possibly coming through.
79.
Come up on me.
it is a little chilly.
Unexpected.
It's the same.
Or no chills.
You're not cold, Eliza?
Yeah.
I'm
Is that
sorry.
you in the center? Yeah?
Or no.
Who is that in the center?
We got 87 ambient air.
Side black.
Side black. You're wearing
I'm
black.
wearing black. There's black.
And I've had that word black on my
wearing black.
screen the whole time. She's always in black.
Well, they're both wearing black.
So it's fluctuating?
It said sin. I
Yeah.
heard that.
Sin?
I heard
Sin.
sin.
Is your mom?
Yes,
Is
I'm
it-
here.
Yeah, it's going down to 79, and the ambient temperature is 87.
I heard a high pitched sin.
Quickly. Temperature's dropping.
Come on, baby. 78.
She likes me.
Yeah, Mom, you really tried her with your Jasmine questions.
I wear Jasmine.
77.
I think actually Jasmine's in our perfume line.
That's what I heard.
Spill
too.
out.
Spill
Spill
out.
out. Perfume, spill it out.
Well,
Sure.
you have to go buy it. I don't have it with me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
76.
So it looks like your cold spot is going down. Like
That's cold.
increasing in size.
Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps shifting.
Actually, I think it's
actually
cool.
It is a little.
Okay, I'm a little cool. Finally. But I'm hot, so
That's
now
weird
I'm
that
cool.
it's pulsing like that, and now it's growing.
As soon as I marked it where he's holding his phone now.
Can I see that other thermometer for a second? I'm gonna put the probe right in your blue spot.
Okay.
Something real. Something
Oh, this
real.
is. You're right.
77, 77. Now it's going up to the 80s.
I heard enough.
It's dropping here. Got the word home. Yes, we are standing where your home used to be. Tell us how it was destroyed.
I bet it was pretty with all the flowers.
Come on, Eliza, give us a little bit more.
It's a huge spot now.
It's weird how that's fluctuating.
Turn back to the
Lonnie,
side
come check
again.
this out.
Me? Like this one?
Your face away from it. Does it grow or small?
Blue spot.
It looks like it gets smaller when mom's facing away.
No, it gets larger.
I sometimes hear another language.
Yeah, I'm getting that too. Like almost like a French.
Yeah, French or German.
Almost like French or Italian or something like that. Some like.
Yeah, now it's a huge blue spot.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean,
Let's lower the EMF to the ground. Get it as close to the ground as you can.
Oh, she didn't like that. It's got red. Go up.
But again, it's going to go based off the calibrated temperature, so it's going to fluctuate a little bit. But the fact that we could see the 76 versus the 80 to 82 that we had,
you see, like right here,
She's not low.
this is 81. The minute you come up here, you're going up into the 90s, 100s.
Am I close to it?
It's actually expanding out past you now, reading. Blue is definitely
Here,
full.
see, right there. Oh,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Definitely right there. It's okay, Eliza.
You can talk to us.
That's reading.
Oh, that's Reedy's face in his arm.
Uh-huh.
At the bottom.
There's an orb over there.
It almost looks like an orb right there. That's really wild.
it does.
It's a bit like a head.
Put the light on it, honey.
Yeah. This is when we need that light.
It's got a giant orb. Check it
It's a 23 on the tape.
out. You see it?
Are you here with us?
When I was over there, I got chills like for 45 seconds.
You see, I'm almost seeing a head with some shoulders.
It really does look like a, yeah.
Like, even the face.
Yeah, it does. Very distinguished. Oh, wow.
When I walk closer to you guys, it starts going off more.
Are you
The further I go,
Eliza?
it's not helping.
He's right here.
77 now.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting my readings too.
So where's her head at?
The orb.
You know what? Your hand is in the way. Oh. Move your hand. Move it up, because you're really on the camera face. Yeah, because the camera's down here. So now you're just taking a picture of your hand.
Oh, so
This
you
is
need
the
to hold
camera.
You need to hold your hand.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
There we go, but we still got that orb.
Oh,
Still have the.
that's
Oh, it's the tire.
Tire.
Ah,
Tire on the car.
Now it makes
now
sense.
we go. That does make sense. Oh, it does.
Right in front of me.
All right. Now we still got
Still got that. Yeah.
that weird.
I'm spinning the car.
I got the word present
you are present.
and alone.
Sorry.
Same here, buddy.
I just got a loan as well.
Lucy.
No way.
That's her ghost at her school.
Yo, she's here with us.
You guys bring ghosts with you?
Yeah.
We might.
I hope
Possible.
Is Lucy with you?
House at one time.
Can you give us the word school?
I just got school.
No, Lucy was the house.
You guys will?
Christine. We're looking for Christine.
Lucy was our little one at the house.
Yes, Lucy was ours at the
How about
house.
your M&M's, Dad? That's what Lucy would
Yeah, Lucy would move my M&Ms. all the
Lucy,
time.
did you like to play with the M&M toys we had at the house?
Getting a lot of it.
Candy or toys?
Yes, they're candy toys.
Who? Talking to Lucy.
The chills.
Heard food.
Sage.
I heard sandwich.
Yeah, I heard food and sandwich right after.
She would throw stuff.
She always place things in the
Come on, Lucy. Give us something else. We gotta get moving. You can follow us.
We hadn't heard
Yeah,
from Lucy in a
following
long
us this
time.
far.
I know, right? Walking out. Yeah. Transfer. Is there somebody transfer schools?
No.
Transferred houses. Transferred houses, and then
Did
we've
she come
also
with you?
no, we've also
No, we
don't
lost
know.
the last house. A couple houses ago, yeah.
Alright. So I think we need to move on to the next location.
Alright.
We're going to be walking about 2 blocks.
Okay.
So listening to the spirit box, irrelevant.
Alright.
Your email's going to go crazy. Who cares? It's not going to mean anything.
Alright.
It'd be super interesting just to see what you see on that.
Okay.
Well,
Walking
Lucy,
the street.
you walk
Come on
along.
with us.
You know us.
Helps out.
Here we go.
Or we could be talking about the fact that you love Lucy.
Oh, we're actually going to go down these steps. Oh, they shut the gate?
Yep.
Oh, when did they shut? Oh, when did they shut that?
The first step is up the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, Mikhail.
Step up, Mikhail.
Somebody throwing a trig.
Not naming anybody's
Also
names.
step up. Slow down. Slow mo now, so. They can spend some of the money.
What you get?
Nothing right now. Pretty consistent.
Oh, so it's not like a regular. Last time it was open, so it's like a flea market. Yeah. So it's not really open like that.
I respect it.
Let it ride as long as I can.
Chill.
Yeah, literally, Dad, when I was going to the light, I was about to go. It was like right on dot. And she barely goes through.
But wait, she's in
It's pretty cool to walk down into compared to the driving. Mm-hmm. You actually get to see it as it is. That's what I was
Very calm down here. Friday with me on MJ.
Oh, Mikhail, by the way, did I tell you? The lady that voiced the officer in, wait, shoot, now listen.
Oh, is this? Yeah, there's things in the middle.
This is the oldest alley in Charleston. And there's a rumor, I don't know how true it is, but I can't find any proof. The bricks that you were talking about here in the center are the exact latitude of Charleston.
Wow.
Don't know how true that is. But it's a cool little fun fact.
Yeah, it's cool actually.
So,
That's true.
the words I just got, I got the word blanket, artistic, Bible, shoulder, together, calm, Korean, elephant, letter, fixed, static, and weeps.
Just walking
All from that road.
Oh,
Right
wow.
here?
No,
Yeah.
coming from,
Oh, well, there was girls talking about Christians.
okay. Well, I got Bible once I turned.
Okay.
That kind of makes sense. This is where the Masons used to meet.
Oh.
Okay, so they would actually meet right here in the alley because this would be a cool night for us right now. So that's kind of how they would meet outside. This would be, they'd have a couple ales, you know, that kind of thing. So it's just a really cool place to kind of tell one of my personal stories because there's no real hauntings. I do get weird words that pop up from time to time. We have had the EMF kind of skip around a little bit. But my stories in the cemetery premise was to prove a psychic's ability. Like that's how all this got started. I was going to write a nonfiction book because I was working with a psychic in Myrtle Beach, and we were doing this kind of thing without gadgets. It was only him. So I would record it just so I have basically a resource of it. But the whole point of it was to just prove his ability. So I usually tell one or two stories based on the time frame that we have. But I did the Brentwood restaurant, which is, you guys familiar with that? It's Fords, North Carolina. That's in Little River, South Carolina. Okay, so it's a restaurant that used to be I guess I could just tell the story. So we pull up, and the whole premise was I would not tell a psychic where we were going. I would pick them up, tell them how to dress. We're going to be inside, outside, and how long we're going to go. So for this one, it's going to be like 6 hours. We're going to be indoors. That's basically how it went. We didn't know anything else. Pick him up. On the way there, he would do automatic grading. Is anybody not familiar with automatic grading?
Oh, really?
So automatic grading is where you and I could be having a conversation, but my arm is writing a whole other thing over here, and it has nothing to do with our conversation. So it could be writing the word cell phone, and bricks, and light bulb, and we don't know what the hell they mean, but it's going to mean something later on. So that's exactly what he would do on every trip, which was amazing, because half the stuff he wrote made no sense even to him. He's like, I have no idea what fish is okay for breakfast. What that means. And that was a thing. I'm not, like, I bring that one up because it's funny, but it's kind of like, oh. So later on, well, let's go with the initials. He started with the initials EM. Had no idea where we were going. He had EM, letter C, I feel lucky, fish is okay for breakfast, and there was a bunch of other numbers, which all came into play later. So if you want to know about the numbers, I can't memorize them. They're on my blog. You go there later. So at any rate, we walk in, and I had already made contact with the owner's wife, and it's a French restaurant. So their last name was Masson. Okay, so I'm friends with Kimberly, just via email, never met the chef before. Psychic walks straight up and he says, you have the same initials as the person who used to own his house. The wife starts laughing. I say, all right, Kim, the deal was she wasn't allowed to reveal anything. I'm like, but go ahead and reveal. We need to know the joke. So he says, what is your name? He says, it's Eric Masson. So Kim starts laughing. The former owner, the only other owner, was Essie McCorsley, E-M.
Wow.
So that's where the EM came from in the car. So the letter C, he circled around it, but put like this little angry face around it. Apparently C was the woman who tried to buy the house from Essie, and she wouldn't sell it, and they got into a little squabble. They used to be friends. So that's where the little angry ghost came from. Okay, so really cool stuff there. The number thing blew me away. It has to do with Hurricane Hazel and all these other dates, and number 13 and all kinds of stuff came up there.
Like another person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Read the blog post. It's all in there, and I put it all in there. But the fish is okay for breakfast. The interesting thing about that is we were standing in a place, a part of the building, the restaurant, where Rock came up, that wasn't originally part of the building. So he said it again. He's like, I feel like the fish is okay for breakfast comes into play here. She's like, well, this would have been kind of like where the sailors would come in, and they would get the food that Essie would make for them, and they would only eat what they originally brought. So sailors are bringing what? Fish. So fish is okay for breakfast. Yeah, super cool stuff. Well, I feel lucky, and thanks for the recognition. That house was moved for some other reason. But thanks for the recognition is because it was moved directly down the road, maybe about a quarter of a mile, and the block where it used to be was named after Essie's maiden name and her married name, which would have been Besant and Horsley. Thanks for the recognition.
Cool.
Lucky, two things on that one. When you pull into where the restaurant is now, you have to go down a little alley, and it's Luck Alley.
Oh.
Second thing, at the end of our tour, when we're all getting together and Kim is telling us all the things about the tour, because we were just going based off the psychic, we just followed him. It was great. We're all sitting down, we're getting our notes together, and we look at the ceiling, it's covered in ladybugs. Just above him. Ladybugs are a sign of luck.
Yep.
Cool.
So, a lot of cool stuff in that one. There's a lot of really cool stuff in that one, but it's all the numbers and all of those kind of things. Like, it was weird. Fort Fremont, have you guys seen the movie Harriet yet? I haven't.
No.
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
There's a place in Beaufort, South Carolina we went to, an abandoned fort, and I get migraines really, really bad. They call them suicide headaches, to the point where I sit down, I can't see at home. Don't get them very often, but when I do, they're in season and they continuously come. This was not a time when they continuously come, so keep that in mind. You get there, and I get one of these headaches coming on right away. It's a weird place. She walks around, we're just starting with the whole apps and getting all of this stuff started for the tours and that kind of thing. And just had all these weird things come up. Yeah, gender came up.
That's what I just got that. I got that too.
You got gender too?
It was something like that. It's either dirt and that's it. But
Oh.
gender feels blank.
Interesting.
Baby.
Baby.
I didn't get anything.
When we reviewed the list, we had the word Rock, Creek, and Raid. Something like those three, and they were intermittent, you know, just in the middle of the list, not together. So I was like, those three words for some reason like seem like they fit together. So I did all the research, and it turns out Harriet Tubman led a raid from that area over Rock Creek into, I forget what it was, but there was a 3-point connection.
Wow.
She wrote the exact same thing to Governor, Lieutenant, I forget what his name was. Sorry, research leaves me, but she wrote it. I mean, I have the exact phrase. It was in her book. of the letter to this lieutenant that she led the raid over the Rock Creek, over to Creek City or whatever it was. But those 3 words tied in together in one single sentence.
Wow.
I also came to find out I don't know much about Harriet Tubman. So what, 3rd grade? So I'm going to research Harriet Tubman. Turns out women used to get migraines on the left side of her
Yeah,
head.
she was beaten by her slave master with a brick.
I
And
was
she was
told-
getting, like, whatever, little hotter. I'm sorry.
The research I found said she got hit in the head with a bottle
Yeah.
that caused a concussion for the rest of her
Yeah.
life, but she would actually see visions. And that's how she was able to speak to the slaves and get them motivated.
Wow.
So,
She, like,
again,
passed them a lot on her walks and stuff. And people had to carry her. She, like, literally couldn't see.
but again, this is stuff I didn't know. And it was kind of like, I don't normally bring my personal stuff into it, but she hit me personally. So I was like, all right, well, snap, I got a famous person. Let's do this.
Hey!
So,
kinda
we had the
cool
word
you got
cable,
it,
which is
though.
also interesting. Guys, we're going to be walking into a residential area.
Okay.
So during that time, I'm not allowed to do touristy things, so at that point, we are just 7 people ghost hunting as friends. Until we get to the next location.
Okay.
Sound cool? Be careful. And we got flashlights on the phone because it gets pretty dark up there. I'll try to
I'm Jasmine.
I saw a flower too.
I do smell that. You're right.
Really?
Yes.
Your eyes just smell. That's funny. That's right here. It was like right at the doorway. It's the doorway right here. Doorway. That looks really weird. It's right here.
Yeah, I think that's
I had to Uber today, then drive to Myrtle Beach to go get this one, and then drive back.
Yeah. That one makes sense. We got a good face in the winner of that one. We got a really good face in the winner of that people. Good.
Oh, yeah. Is that the one?
Mm-hmm.
You can chain Eddie up.
You think that'll hold them? Just a little bit. Then I got a. It was like a 30 pound scale.
Yeah, there's a lot of these.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Literally, it's tall. And I was like, no, it's along here. Oh, that was a million dogs. That's why I was like, whoa.
I'll have to come back in a minute.
It is a lot colder right there.
Mm-hmm.
That was just for a match or
I really don't know. I never else to speak.
You guys something to read?
No, it's just wait for a second.
This dark brick building right here used to be a restaurant. It's no longer a restaurant because it's haunted as hell. Scared the hell out of everybody, and nobody wants it. We've taken pictures of it in the past. London has caught some apparitions up in the top windows, or in the middle windows, second from the right. I was actually interested in the thermal camera down here to see when it pops up.
There's a few more flats and kind of.
There's just something about this corner, and you're gonna realize where we're at
As soon as we
get
get
past here.
start the flashlight.
Yeah, that top window.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
There's something close in here.
What was the name of this place? Was it Spanish by chance? No. It was Italian. Italian?
Oh, there's one that's got cold.
That wasn't Hoogan's.
They should look like that. It's movement. Inside of them are getting a much colder area. The inside of the window. I was watching a bunch of videos on those thermal cameras, and people are like putting them up on drones.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. Just to make sure they get a reading. Because if this is a larger building, you can't cover it all. Really interesting to watch something. That's still recording.
Yes.
I heard something.
I heard some.
Something in Charleston.
It is really dark. So you have warm people.
Right.
I say allegedly because to me there's the Pink House.
Yeah,
Which
we
was
know that.
built, started being built the year before this particular. That's the powder bag. Okay, so super cheap to go in there. They should be open actually. So if you guys are going to be down here, it's just one of those things where you should see it. It's within 13 different walls. It's in the center of where our four walls would have been to protect it. The cool thing about it is that it's built something about the vault itself. It's got 8 coves on the outside. I cannot remember the name. I have to go back and listen to my own tours. I had it all memorized. But it all comes in together in the center to protect it. The walls are 36 inches thick, and the ceiling is packed with sand. And the sand is the original sand from 1820.
Wow.
Because they actually had to do a couple of shingle repairs. It's still the same sand. So if something were to happen to it and it exploded, the sand would keep the explosion down and away from the residents.
Oh, wow.
So, and again, we're not too far from the water. We're only 3 blocks away from the water. That's it. That's why it would have been within our 4 original Charlestown walls. They're super cool. I've done an investigation there, got no evidence. Some other people claim that there's Pirate Mary haunts the place. There used to be a guy like me that did just haunting tours there in one location. I don't like doing that. It seems weird. For an hour and a half with a bunch of strangers, I'd rather take you guys out because you know I can't take them. But super cool place. Lots of interesting artifacts in there. So if you guys are into old war stuff, that's the place to go. Especially old uniforms. You guys see the alley that we crossed over to when we came up this way?
Yeah.
So that's the alley back there. We're gonna go back to it. And usually I come up here first because we get a lot of other tours going on, and that's the grand finale. It's not my grand finale. It's a nice story, but it's cool to tell.
Yeah, that's the one that we went back by ourselves and
Oh,
everybody.
the Philadelphia alley?
Yeah, she was like, yeah.
Isn't that is that Blood Alley?
That's Dueler's alley.
Oh, yeah, Dillard's Alley, yes.
Oh yes,
That's
because they
the-
were dueling. Yeah.
Right, that's
Yeah.
when we
Really cool
creeped
place.
out on.
I mean, I get some activity there, not a whole lot. It's just a fun story to tell. And if you would have heard it, I'll do it right there. But what you probably didn't realize is that gate that you're looking at right there. The loser of the duel would come through that gate straight into his grave.
Oh.
This is a graveyard over here.
Nice.
So it's still there. It's not the original gate, but it's the original doorway, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool to tell on a hunting tour. Because it's like, oh, wow.
Look at that.
So, but that's some weird, cool facts you don't usually see. You guys know all of these stories with what's here, Duck Street Theater.
They don't. We're the only ones that came, so they
Okay.
don't.
So, the church here. We can actually look forward to this. There's another tourist here. I like.
I like.
There's a sign in here that says the only ghost in St. Philip's is the Holy Ghost. There is a reason for that. They do not want people ghost hunting up here. However, every ghost tour in town, including myself, loves to come up here because it's a fun story. The story is there was a woman who died 10 days after her stillborn child. That was in 1888. In 1988, this is why I think everything in this is a myth, but it's a fun story. 1988, exactly 100 years later, a photographer comes to town and he pokes his camera lens through our bars and he takes a picture of an apparition. The apparition is of a woman in a shawl with a baby basket next to her over top of the particular. Do you have something?
That's the one that I think we saw.
Now, the rumor is, I don't show this picture because it is said women at sea or hold a picture. Like if I were to pass it around my phone and you guys all saw the picture, women feel ill will. If they're pregnant, the pregnancy will not go well. I am not cursing my own tourists. Yes, I'm superstitious. So, you can visualize it on the computer. It's super cool. This is a good place. I mean, we got cops across the street. I don't know if they're gonna be liking me flashing grid pens in there tonight. But I haven't found anything in here yet. We've gotten some cool stuff. Wow, you got some activity. That's interesting. Yeah, we don't usually get any.
As soon as you mentioned cops, I started hitting it.
That's weird.
Where was it that
Yeah.
But I was
reached
getting
my
zero
picture
before that,
in
and
my
it just
camera and
was
remember
like-
I got a picture.
I got the word call. And we have had like this weird anomaly show up on those bushes down there. Like it was a blue anomaly, which was super weird. So I had to dive into like the color schemes. What did you hear?
I heard he something.
It's like east, maybe.
East?
Maybe east.
So Dock Street Theater, we can't go much further than this because this is as far as I want to go. But I can tell the stories. So right past the west end of the cemetery, because these two cemeteries are the same. John C. Calhoun's buried over there. He's the vice president. So he's buried on that side. He's actually been over. If you take any of the tour, they'll make the joke. He's crossed over this street more times dead than he did alive. Because on this side you have to be a citizen, so forth and so on. Big politician crap. I'm not into politics, obviously. So at the end of this, there is the pirate house, which is where the pirates are coming off the ships. They grab a pint, they have some women, and they have a good time, and they go back to the ship. However, 1 block away is Dock Street Theater. They're said to have been a tunnel from the pirate house to the Dock Street Theater underground. That is also rumored where Blackbeard's treasure would have been. But I call it bogus because nowhere does it say that Blackbeard ever even set foot on Charleston grounds. He stayed on his ships, he stayed out to sea, keeping guard, let his men go have their fun. So, Dock Street Theater has 2 ghosts. Super cool. And normally you could walk it during the daytime, whenever you want to. Just walk in, don't pay for anything, go and
We
take
got a
pictures, walk
38 right here.
Yo, where's it at though on it?
Right by the top of the steeple, reading 35, 34.
out. Hang on. There's a story.
Yes.
This is exactly where you took that picture too.
Yeah, this is our picture.
This actually does have relevance to us because we have a picture of that exact area where there was a person in it.
Oh, I can't go up to the steeple.
No, I mean, what
Is
is
there some? Is
There's
there
a
some,
32 right there in the middle of the dark.
All right,
30.
go to the left. Is there anything on the left? Because that's where I feel like there's something.
Nope, it's climbing. So it goes immediately to 70.
But in the middle where it's dark.
Right to there is 32, 33, 30.
So I'm gonna try and reach.
All right, so check this out. Everybody stare at the tower or check out his evidence while I tell the story. So, Nettie Dickerson is one of the people that said to haunt Dock Street Theater. She used to work down here at St. Philip's. She was past the nearing age of 17 at the ripe old age of 23. She was not feeling very wanted. She was not feeling very pretty. And before Dock Street Theater, it was Dock Street Theater, then it turned into a hotel that was also a whorehouse, and then back to Dock Street Theater that we know now. She actually went down to Planters Hotel, got herself a job, and she still realized that she wasn't happy. The priest from St. Philip's went down there. They were talking on the second-story balcony. He was trying to convince her to come back. Lightning came through, struck the iron rod railing that they were leaning on, and killed her dead. She is said to have been seen from the knees up only. The reason for that is because when we turned it back into the Dock Street Theater that we know now, we raised the first floor ceiling. So she's walking on the original floor. And we didn't know that when we first saw the apparition. It was somebody did some research to find out why do we only see this ghost from the knees up. That's super cool though. Just wondering if that has anything to do with the drafts up there, the wind.
I mean, because just right beside it, you immediately go 40s, 50s.
That's crazy.
Go to the left side of it, maybe. There's a big old black spot on both sides.
29.
And I feel a little bit of a wind down here. How
Yeah.
drafty is it up here?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
So then you got 73.
30 degrees.
You got 73 right there, and then you got 30.
Well, draft pushing pretty hard will push the temperature down.
Wow.
But we should be being, I think, blowing a little bit more, right?
I
You think
I
we'd
still
feel
feel the
difference.
draft.
Yeah, I do feel it.
That's just
More
a
things
major
to study.
Pretty wild.
Very interesting. Oh, the other ghost at Dock Street Theater is, oh my god, what's his name? Booth. It was John Wilkes Booth's father. Junian Booth. He was an actor when Dock Street Theater was the original theater.
Oh, wow.
And he used to act there quite a bit. And because he's not even from here, he's not even buried here, it's just said that he's seen in period dress in full apparition from time to time.
That's wild.
Yeah. Now, my personal belief of why Dock Street Theater is haunted and why I got any kind of EMFs is, I'm not doing a software update now, but anyway, there is wood in there from a mansion in the Ansonboro neighborhood that was torn down in the late 1800s. So in Charleston, we recycle everything. So if a building gets torn down, we put that stuff elsewhere. Like, that's just how we do it. So there's wood in there. The front doors, like when you first walk in and you go to the doors to the actual theater, those doors are from the Radcliffe Borough neighborhood. And then there is some like banister work along the top. You can't reach it. It's like 12 feet in the air. I tried to reach it with the EMF and couldn't get near it. But I think that's part of the reason, because I think we carry ghosts from place to place to place.
Right.
And that's basically how that goes. So that's my
Someone cast an item.
Allie. That's where we're going next.
Hey.
I get Allie near Philadelphia Alley more times than any other word on this table. Don't know why.
He wants you to go.
Apparently.
I was about to put my head on that. It's there. I was like, then it's a pill.
There?
There?
There.
T-H-E-R-E, like go there.
We'll go in there.
What's that?
Mark halfway down.
Mark halfway down. Yeah, in 1676.
Oh yeah. Philadelphia Alley, but it's not marked out on the street.
Okay.
Right. That's all. Okay. Well, hang on. I gotta give this to her, and then.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you
So, a couple cool things. Obviously, I told you about this already. At the end of this is also a presentation area. You will be very quiet when we pass through because it's very close. However, towards the end of this alley, there are some drag bricks that need to be turned by stage children, and their handprints are fingerprints are stored on the bricks. So, we will kind of point at them. If you want to take pictures, take a quick picture and snap it back. Again, technically not a stop in the box. You know, but it's awesome. It's not old, but it's still good. Story here very you want us to move down further, boss? Did you want us to move down further?
Oh no, we're going down.
All right.
Oh, okay.
So, Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd, I can't remember what year it was, but he moved down to Charleston to start his practice. He moves down here because his fiance just inherited a bunch of money, and the lawyer handling her money says, "You're not marrying her because I think you're just after the money." So he says, "Go finish off your PhD, go start your practice somewhere else, and then you can come back and marry her." Right? Everything's all good. He comes to Charleston, big booming town. Carriage pulls in, drops him off in a really bad part of town. The guy would have been robbed and killed. The other guy walks by and says, "You're not staying here." Sends the carrier on his way. Says, "Let me take you to a good place." Takes him down to 59 Church Street, 59 Church Street, which is haunted. So then by with just an EMF and he goes crazy. Really weird. Anyway, takes him down there, gets a good place to eat. Two ladies live downstairs. He's going to take the upstairs. Everything's all good. So him and this gentleman become really good friends. The doctor starts moving his way up. Likes to whistle. He's known as the whistling doctor, so you can actually look up the whistling doctor and you'll find the story. So anyway, the other guy is just kind of a low, mediocre type of guy. However, the doctor is known by everybody. Everybody loves him. They used to go to plays, but they would sit in opposite seats. The doctor had really good seats, the guy did not. So they would talk about the play on the way home. The play that they saw that started the big fight was Richard III, don't know the theater, probably was in Dock Street. I don't know. But anyway, so they're on their way home, they're talking about it, and they're arguing about one of the actresses. It turns into an argument that like slams against the fiance of the doctor back home. So he's like, "Oh, hell no." So they break apart, they go their separate ways. His friend writes something in the paper about what a disgrace the doctor is to the city of Charleston. So the rebuttal to that is, we're going to duel this out in Dueler's Alley. By the way, this is no longer known as Dueler's Alley. This is Philadelphia Alley because we have to name it after something after dueling became illegal. Philadelphia helped us out of one of our crazy fires. There's your story. So anyway, right? So the two come down here. The doctor's probably on this side because his home is right over there.
No, but they get there.
His friend down that way. Man, I'm getting real bad at names today. Sorry, guys. But anyway, they come down here, they take you 20 paces, they turn. The doctor points his gun in the air and he shoots. Mind you, that's the big finale for all these other tours. They make the big bang to try to scare you. Who cares? So He doesn't want to shoot his friend. He doesn't want to kill him. However, Ralph Isaacs, that was his name, he turns, he takes 2 shots below the knees. Takes the doctor down. He doesn't want to kill his friend, but he's going to prove a point. His friends pick him up and carry him home. He doesn't go through the gate because he's not dead. That guy's a doctor. He died 10 days later from the gun wounds. It said you can hear the gunshots as you walk through here, so I usually listen to the EVPs really close, or you can hear whistling when you're walking through here. So I listen to EVPs pretty heavily through that too. So that's basically the story. Just move it, vanish. Interesting. We're gonna pass by this guy again. So take notice of the bricks and how they get older. I'll point down to the handprints and the fingerprints as we get close. Super cool pictures, especially in this light, by the way, if you wanted to take some. And last time, you weren't here. We actually got EMF from it. Yeah. However, I usually say, why was Slave you can see it's a child. Like, if you put your hand on it, you see it's small. However, the guy who lives at the end of the alley says that that's a myth. Those handprints and fingerprints are in 3 locations around Charleston. Drayton Hall, here, and Broome Hall. So those 3 places actually have those type of bricks. They have the same curvature on the edges, so forth and so on. The same wear down. Like, these are newer bricks. These are obviously only like 30, 40 years old. That's not that bad. As we look down, you'll see them get old. So we're going with the EMF. Towards the middle, you're going to see the Playlight players or something over there. That's the actors for the Industrial Theater. They have a lot of equipment. That thing's going to go nuts. Don't get excited. Okay, so debunk that before somebody goes, whoa, we got ghosts. So we're going to cut right through the middle of this guy, and you'll hear the exaggerated story of Dr. Joseph Brown Lett.
Sounds like a. He doesn't like the other.
This is also the first time for shirts off. That's like one of our
Now, he walked up to that hole, went down, walked about 2 stories down, and it was the basement of the 6 Mile Inn. Down there was Lavinia, and then there's some more around
There's a station. Girl.
Little mark. There's a fingerprint mark.
There's a hand. Look, there's
I might remember if I'm wrong. Even that strong wind, it's not dropping.
Oh, that. You guys want to take pictures? I'm going to step out of the corner and smoke for a second.
she's good for breakfast.
Get your feet scanned.
No, no.
It's hot. Alright, so we got one last building. This building over here is the Wagner building. Okay? So the story of this was part of our cotton industry. The last owner of this particular building inherited it from his father. He had no idea what he was doing. The back of this was the warehouse. The front was his offices, which faces the water, which is East Bay Street, which is the street we started on. We basically just came, did a little zigzag, and now we're going to go back around. So he got himself in all kinds of debt. Needed to pay it off. Had a warehouse full of cotton, but the boll weevil was eating up all the cotton. So he was like, "Oh snap! What am I gonna do?" So he sold it behind our government and sold it to the British. So the British bring their ships up to the harbor, and they start loading it up. He's watching from the front office. He's finally gonna get rid of his debt. A little bit of relief. He's got this shame that he couldn't run his dad's business. Somebody was too close to the cotton bales with a cigar phone. The whole ship went in blaze, and he watched the whole thing from the front of his office. So he stacked up all the furniture. There's always a captain's chair that goes in the top. I don't know why, but he hung himself, and it said that you could see the shadow of his swinging corpse in the middle of the night. So, the creepy thing about that is we've gotten words like insects itching. We've gotten names from here, like James, and I had another name. And I'm guessing they were workers that were in the warehouse. So insects itching would have been the boll weevil, which humans are allergic to. They can cause rashes and bites, kind of just like mosquitoes. I did investigate that. But the back of this is condos now. The front of it, they are renovating now into a 3-tier wedding reception venue with a 10-star restaurant. So it's Charleston, it's what we do. Yeah. 10 stars is an exaggeration, but you see where I'm going.
Oh yeah, I respect it.
But it used to be a brewery where the brews would just turn on by themselves. There used to be a cold spot along the wall. There was no air conditioning vents, things like that. They got out very quickly. They took out the brewery. I do get activity from there. I've had full conversations with people. Ocean is very interesting. I've had a conversation with people that really like it. So, summertime Charleston. So we do love it.
Very relaxed.
Walk by here, I don't know if there's homeless guys there. I don't know if he's waiting to get inside, if he's homeless or what. Just kind of be careful. I'll try to walk in the middle. Everybody's good. But normally there's no homeless people on the side of this building. That's why I usually just walk right up, see what EMF we get. You'll get words on the spirit box. Would you guys switch?
Yeah.
You guys are in the same household, it's fine. Like normally I'd be like, no sharing.
Yeah. We all live in the same house.
Okay, so, but let me know if you get anything on that.
Okay.
You obviously know what you're doing. I don't have to worry about you. But I'll see what other words I can come up with this, and then I'll wrap it up. And we're honestly about 4 blocks away from where we started.
Okay.
I tried to make this a circle. It's impossible. For activity or for areas that are actually active,
Yeah.
it's impossible. Like I remapped it 3 ways from Sunday, and no, wasn't happening. So we're gonna go across street and then cross over to the bottom.
Walk on this side.
This area during Christmas time is absolutely gorgeous. They decorate all the gates and all the windows. I was doing tours down here, and I'm like, dang, I feel really bad talking about ghosts on Christmas, but it looks good down here.
There it is.
Maserati.
Hey.
probably going to go to Pineapple Park, which is very popular down by the water. Just remember, this is...
East Bay.
Well, this is East Bay, but that is... It starts with an F.
Quaint. This is Quaint.
That over there is
Verdue?
You can remove.
Is it Verdue?
Verdue.
Yep.
from across the street. Go up to the rooftop. You get a really nice view of this building.
As soon as I angle it up, look.
There's Wagner right up there.
When I angle it up, it starts going a little.
It's a little weak for tonight.
Yeah.
We're also on the main road, so
Sure.
when we're close, like when we're closer to that window, those kind of things. Sorry, I try to stay clear of the other tour guides. They're trying to steal my ideas, so I don't want them to hear like how they're telling the story and those kind of things. They're already trying to steal it with the old jail. They try to do this in the old jail. It's one location, and they charge double. Just so y'all know. Up here by the door. There was a big giant scaffolding around here, and I hung out here one night because I had so much activity going on. I had a full conversation with a bunch of guests. Like, it was interesting. I thought I heard Nick. When this app starts chirping quicker, that usually means it's going to come up with another word. The green bars will start to go up, it starts chirping, it gives a word, it starts to go back down again.
It's like the center of this door.
Yep. It's weird that you have it this far out. Normally I'd have to go almost
Go
right
up on it a little bit, baby.
A little closer to it.
Fantasy. Well, the weddings are going to be fantasy-like. It could be BS, but I have to put clues together and try to see what comes out of it later. Yeah. Just said close. Jeremy? Is that what you heard? Punish.
Yes, I guess I should be punished.
Last time we literally had to put it right on the second window to get anything out of it. But one night we were out here on the scaffolding, that was going crazy. I had stuff coming out of here, the spirit box was giving me words. Like, it was a whole thing.
As soon as you mentioned the story.
No singing.
Oh, there we go.
So are you like not a happy spirit here? Come on. We want to end this on a good note. Never? Okay. I'm a jerk. Fire. Oh, wow. There we go. We had fire here before, too. That's fire on the ships. Example. Yeah. It's funny. I took this tour in the old Carlos dungeon, and I had this running in the background, and the third word that came up was Nick. Or it said Nick. Yeah, it's really cool. I sent it to a guest because I had a guest on previous night. He wanted to know how the story was going to go. So I sent him the list, and he's like, they know you. I'm like, yeah. We come down here enough.
Yeah. Then once I realized
Story is that
That's a lot of activity for this game.
It's just like this one hole right here.
did your thing give it up?
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Oh, it's not red.
That's a whole red.
Usually when you get an all red, I get something here.
Can I say nine?
Well, even those, we just kind of take that as an example of, hey, they might be just talking like hungry. Might get something else too.
It's like the only hole. That's the thing. It's like when I go down here, nothing. Exactly
Low.
nothing.
Low.
When you go low.
Yeah, exactly. When I go low, there's nothing. But when I enter this hole, it starts going lower.
Wow. I've had more people listen to the tour audios just to get the name of the apps that I used. But I get wordless from time to time. I'm like, I can't remember how long ago I gave that person a tour. This is starting to slow down, and I'm not hearing anything in the reverse. You getting anything with the temperature gauges?
Pretty consistent. Yeah, about 81, 82.
Alright guys, I'm gonna call it. What do you think? So,
Seems about right.
what do you guys think?
awesome.
Different tour?
Oh,
Different
yes.
kind of tour? Good. Good. That's the goal. You're gonna collect,
Oh.
as always.